received some information from a landlord who was trying to rent out her house. You are going to want to see this. What she showed me were the emails and the documents that she received for a family applying to rent her unit. And I'm going to be honest, they line up exactly with what I've been saying in my previous videos. This is not speculation, social media, gossip. This is real paperwork used in a real rental application. Based on the documentation the landlord received, this family is being guaranteed roughly $7,000 a month. That works out to over $80,000 for the year before any startup funds, and the startup payment that they received was $15,800. That is more than many Canadians earn working full-time, and it is far more than a lot of our seniors are trying to survive on after paying into this system their entire lives. I hear from Canadians every single day who are working 2 jobs, skipping groceries, delaying dental care, and still falling behind. Seniors are choosing between heat and food, families who did everything right and still can't keep up. And at the same time, this is the level of support quietly being used to secure housing for somebody that never paid into the system. Now, I'm not blaming the family in the email because they obviously did not design this system, but we deserve transparency. Canadians are struggling this badly, and it matters where our money is going. It matters that we're allowed to talk about it honestly.
With all that money slushing around with the immigrants, so you would think that someone would orange pill them now and get that new retail into the Bitcoin market. Just to put it in perspective, my parents, who are in their 70s, worked for 40 years of their life, and I think combined their CPP, Canadian Pension Plan, is about $3,000. That's 2 people who worked for 40 years. $3,000. It's like it's not even livable, right? You can't live on that, especially in Canada. And then so to see like one family of immigrants get $7,000, $7,000. You can't blame them, right? You can't blame them. Imagine that. To put into perspective, it's almost like someone saying, hey, why don't you move to Shibutskiakville? We will give you $30,000 US a month just to move here. Free. And medical and everything. And yeah, it's $30,000 for free. Yeah. Well, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't, right? I mean, you can't blame them, but I mean, something's got to be done, right? Over on the 4-hour chart, we had what some legacy analysts would call a V-shaped recovery. But what the hell was this? I got to put the middle finger back up here because it rang true, and we'll get this bigger. Pianomattyb, I should have this when you're waiting there until 8 o'clock doing nothing. Could almost do 2 of them. Where's the other one? Like an upside downer. What the hell is this red candle? I mean, what the hell was this red candle? I step away for a second. I had to set up a piano. I was listening to that scary House Canadistan. It's brutal. Wispy 87. Especially when it's a winter wonderland blizzard. I was listening to that scary podcast. I think it was Bitcoin Mentor with Dr. Jack and Simon. What was his last name? Simon. Both like that Simon guy. You know, when you think of all the massive YouTubers, Bitcoin YouTubers, then you see this guy who knows absolutely everything. And like he barely has a channel. Maybe there's a reason for that. You know, he's not always bullish. In fact, he's probably never that bullish. But he has some good takes on stuff. You should see it's on Bitcoin Mentor. You probably saw it. It was being the algorithm really picked her up for those guys, which is good. I didn't know that Bitcoin Mentor was Canada either. Canadian. He's in Alberta, soon to be United States. And then everything will follow. But what the hell was this red candle? I step away for about 45 minutes. And then I refresh the old phone app because I'm not looking at the 24/7 Fire Yule log. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But we did fight back. I think it was around 11 o'clock. She started pumping, something like that, because our show was from 8 to 10, and so obviously I'm I haven't fandangled a 4-hour chart so I can look while I'm playing. That wouldn't be professional. But we just managed to get back into our channel of ascension. So it's really like, if you didn't, like I said a couple of video ago, you can like step away for a while, come back. Complete mayhem and carnage can be done while you're gone. And you get back and you're like, same price. Meanwhile, it went upsy doodles to 90 and then downsy doodles to 84.5. We almost hit our 84K-ish doodle here with the old peepers there. We were $500 away. There's still this in play too. 81.5. This is where this original bear flag plays out. Now, do you feel like we're on an upswing? Or do you feel like we may put this is a new low? I mean, there's that, right? So we have put in a new low. I do personally like this massive candle closing. I mean, it'd be a lot better. It'd be a lot worse if it was a wick, a reactionary wick, because then it's like, wow, the business isn't finished down there. We got unfinished business down there. But seeing as though it closed, I mean, it was a healthy run by the bears, and then it was immediately picked up by the bulls, which is good. I'd rather see that than that dastardly wick that those kids can sing about, right? Because the kids are singing about wicks. Well, we're going to hit those wicks. Headwinds at the 50 moving average, 88.7. And then, of course, if we set into Baba Black Sheep Lullaby no volatility weekend, you can see us maybe if we have enough momentum to creep up and challenge this 200 moving average, which if we extend this out, would probably come down to here, an 89.4, around that 90-ish psychological level, which we basically got denied from. So we have lower highs and lower lows. Right, so it's not boding for the quant bots that will pick that up and say bearish, 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 bearish. But we can hope. I mean, my bullish take is still, we got to be above the 200 moving average. See how long it's been since we've been above. Not just peak. This doesn't count. And all this bullshit here, that doesn't count. We'll get rid of these one-fingered salutes here. The last time we were above the 200 moving average. Whoa, long time ago. Last time was October 25th, and that was just for like a day, right? That's nothing. It wasn't really until we hit our peaks here. So back in September 30th, and we rocketed above it. And so we spent about a week and a half above the 200 moving average. And then another couple of weeks. No, what is that? That's September 11th to... yeah, another week and a half there. So we've only spent really about 2.5 weeks above that 200 moving average. But that's where we got to be. Like, I mean, if we're really laying down some bullish law here, underneath the 200, well, that's it's what some legacy analysts would call bearish, which is fine. Because, I mean, what has the price been doing? Going down. So it is bearish. I mean, it could be worse. We could be down at 84 like we were yesterday morning. Over on the daily, we broke out of we should almost put a channel of descension in here already. Oh, we did. We just haven't elongated it. We'll keep her going all the way down here. Yeah, that makes sense. Just in the lower range of this, I guess this was just some bullish, delusional. Maybe we can have a channel of ascension. Now, we have the 50 moving average up here at 94K. Was there any confluence in 94K here? What is this? That's not 94K. Yeah, maybe breaking back into this channel of ascension, but big deal. We would be over the 200 moving average. So that is kind of a big deal. My bullish take on today would be, just getting over this 90K. So we got the 20 moving average here on the daily chart. We're underneath it. So being underneath the 20 moving average on the daily is almost like the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. It just says that you're not doing too well. But break above here, next headwinds would be right at this channel of ascension, means the channel of detention, and the 50 moving average. Let's call it, that 94K. Doesn't look like much here, but percentage-wise, we would be an 8% candle. Now, that might seem like a lot, right? But we made those moves. Like yesterday's move, let's see what that was percentage-wise, like scam-wick to scam-wick. Scam-wick to scam-wick was 6% yesterday. It's a 6% move on the daily. And the day before that, another 6% move. So we haven't seen, what was this one? This green candle here. 6%. So if we have like one of our most bullish days we've had in maybe in a month or two, we could maybe get back up there. But we've already put in, one might argue we already put in half of it, right? So if we were to have the second most bullish green candle in a month or so and go up to 6%, that would be 90, that 90.5. And we'd still really be in nowheresville, right? We're just in the middle of this channel of descension, which is no big deal. Doesn't really tell us we're doing anything that we'd just be mincing words still back in this, channel of monotony. I can't put another channel in here. It's getting too messy as it is. It's amazing how it gets messy doing nothing. Fear and greed, 21. You would think it'd be worse than that, by the sentiment. Under 3K market cap, total crypto market cap. 21. You think this would be down at 10 or 11? Is there another one? It's this one sitting here in my folders. 16 on this one. Yeah. So this one's 16, and this is what the hell is this? Coin market cap has it at 21. Let's see what happened yesterday. That's not yesterday, but it is a outflow day 2 days ago. So that would be Wednesday. We don't have Thursday yet. But this was a pretty, maybe that's where we got him. Maybe they reacted to the oompapa of the ETF inflows, the boomer investors. And then, the market went never again and then shut her down. It's like, we got some major inflows coming in. Operation Mute is in full effect. And that's what happened. Now, where can we get here? So we're going to find out in the next hour or so where we're going to get to this morning. Because eventually, by the time 11 o'clock rolls around, we're going to see the extent of the move. But see, this is a crazy day too, because we got that Japan carry trade. The reason why I said it's either the beginning or the end on the thumbnail, just to circle back, that wasn't just some stupid title, even though it was just some stupid title. They're all just stupid titles. Is we got the Japan carry trade reaction. We'll see how the market reacts there. See how the TARD-FI opens up. Holy smokes, it's Carl Elder with the membership for 5 lucky pianomattyb community. Looks like he's not working the night shift. Welcome back, Carl. Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you for the, maybe we'll get some more emojis. Maybe that'll open up some emojis in my, you know how YouTube likes to carrot dangle. Yeah, if you get more members, we'll give you this, this a new emoji. You like emojis, don't you? Yeah, I guess. Well, get more memberships and we'll give you this emoji. I used up the last 2 on the Michael Saylor emojis. Let's test it out. If you have access to the emojis, we'll sit here and talk about Michael Saylor till there's one from lying in my pocket. The digital real estate cyber hornets in Manhattan. There's no second best. There's no second best. It's just cyber hornets in a digital Manhattan, and there's no second best. There's no second best. One day, I thought I would meet him at the 100K part. I thought, well, why wouldn't he, hire the best piano duo in the world to do his party? I should have known right there. There's something off on him. If he doesn't do that, there's something off. Now, you might be saying, Piano Matty B, how is he supposed to know about you? Good question. That's what I thought too. But those stranger things have happened. I mean, we got ourselves to the Bitcoin conference. That was through this community, right? That was people adding the Bitcoin conference. And then they finally said, what the hell's going on? Well, who is this guy? Then they reached out. And next thing you know, I'm blowing my voice out in the driest, worst PA. Well, there was no PA, actually. I actually only sang that first day, and it was so brutal. Singing into the abyss, it's like talking into the abyss, but I have these in-ears so I can hear it better. I don't have to blow my voice up. But when you're like trying to sing over, it's like a teacher yelling at kids all day. XRP, 11. Speaking of which, are you going next year to Vegas BTC? No, I'm not going to. They would have to sweeten the pot to a point where it's like I'd be silly to not go, but I have no interest in it. It's a good place to run into YouTubers, right? Like if you want to meet, guys from Discovery Channel or George or anyone. I actually saw almost everybody that I've ever watched. I saw there. Outside of that, I didn't like it because it was like, to me, that was the genesis. Maybe I'm a little biased because it was like the genesis of my vocal problems for the year, and so I kind of blame it for exacerbating. Next thing you know, Piano Matty B's got a vocal polyp that he's got to deal with for 3 months. But outside of that, I don't know. I didn't find that much value in it, to tell you the truth. For the amount of money that it would cost to go. Plus now, wasn't there something about Trump, the administration is looking over 5 years of social media? I mean, think about this, the normal person. You could probably find something in 5 years that would be like, red flag, turn them around. So there's that. I don't think that's going to. We're seeing crazy shit going on. I don't know about you, but Carl, we just need a better setup. Yeah, it would be. It was more like I almost felt like a gap greeter, because it was a good space for centralization, where to go, you couldn't miss it. However, it just turned into kind of I don't know, I felt weird. I felt it wasn't really necessary in its faculty, if that makes any sense. Now I'm used to doing gigs where no one cares. I'm used to it. But I just thought they left so much potential on the table. If it was at a party or one of these cocktail things, it would have went so much better. But anyway, Japan carry trade. You couldn't see we met for dinner, XRP. That's right. Japan carry trade. Plus we have the potential black eye of black eyes, which is the samurai guys going to jail today. So that's why it's either the beginning or the end. It's either we, and it's also there's some options expiring today too. So there could be some pretty crazy volatility. Now, if we see crazy volatility to the downside, I would just think we would test this channel of descensions. Yeah, we would maybe see. You can see how this would work out, right? Like a massive dump again. There is this wick down here at 80.6. So you can see us, maybe coming down here, testing it and failing, and then maybe candlesticking that wick at 80.5, which is, we have We have 81.5 here. This is the this bear flag play out, right? 81.5. So there are some downward targets that would make sense to be aware of. So it wouldn't be like what's happening? Oh my God, what's happening? It would make sense. Whereas like yesterday, this is a bona fide, what the hell's happening? What's happening? Right? If we see that happen today, even though it's probably equally as like on the 4-hour chart, it would look pretty devastating, right? From here all the way down there. Let's see how far that would be in a dump. Down to this bear flag. Yeah, it was 7%. So we're right in the middle of like, we go up 7%. We kind of bump our head on this confluential aspect of this channel of monotony. So we're not really breaking out, so to speak. We're just kind of getting to where we should, our next base camp. Let's set up base camp here. And if we could get this, I think this would get bought up though. It would be complete carnage on its way down. It would be violent too, pretty fast. But I think it would probably be bought up, and by the time we set sailed into Nowheresville for the weekend, we'd probably maybe recover up to 85 again. And again, it'd be one of those things. You missed it. You didn't even know any better, right? But here we are back at the same price, even though there was a violent drop. So we, Carl Elder, yes, they definitely had you set up as a backup vibe. Should have been main stage type setup. Yeah, I to be honest with you, like I don't think they knew what to do. They were just kind of like, yeah, piano player, yeah, over there, that'll be good, right? They probably never saw the dueling piano. Can you imagine one of those parties with the dueling pianos? It would be incredible, right? It would be a highlight of most people's conference. Judging from, the only really thing I enjoyed about the conference was, meeting people that, I chat with online. Carl and I went to dinner every single night, I'm pretty sure. XRP A11Y, we went to dinner the last night. So that was worth it for me to go. But there was nothing outside of that really was like, that's amazing. You're not really going to know, you're not really going to have your mind blown by anything. I would argue that people's mind would be blown if Kyle and I were playing some party. That would basically blow minds. But outside of that, it's a good place to check out YouTubers. I mean, they're all pretty nice. Like any YouTuber that I've met has always been pretty nice, and exactly, the good thing about Bitcoin YouTubers is that they're generally the same person that you're watching. Ben Cowan was kind of awkward and, stoic, and you could tell that he's like, didn't want to say too much and that's fine. It's kind of like his channel. I like his channel because he always talks about the social sentiment, which is the reason why I was calling the top at 104 when we got there, and the social sentiment was like in the stink, worse than 2022. I'm like, this is something weird that we have to consider. Being at over 100K, arguably the milestone of milestones, for most of us. If we go back 4, 6, 8 years, 100K was like when we hit $1 million. That's like the 100K moment. So there won't be another one. I think that, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it'll still be exciting every 100K up, but the next real like massive milestone will be $1 million Bitcoin. And at that point, can you imagine like it being $1 million Bitcoin and social sentiment still being like in the stink like it was in 2022 and the top of 2025? Wouldn't really make sense. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Maybe there's something crazy has to happen, like and now not crazy good, but like crazy bad that brings Bitcoin back into one of the reasons why we're in it, as a safety against, crazy inflation, or a safety and the decline of the dollar, or just, when we see all these farming things, it's pretty crazy what's going on there in Brussels. Because when I see that, I imagine, does Canada have one of those left in it? Because the truckers was like it was one of the last times I was like maybe remotely proud of Canada, and then since then, it's like they kind of tweaked the vaccine behavior in people. It's like, we'll ratchet their ability to fight back down. And it's just gone to shit since then. So maybe it's always the farmers, right? Maybe we need to get down, like the bottom is pushing the farmers around. And if you can push the farmers around and put them in a corner to the point where they're like, well, listen, if I'm going to lose my farm, guess what? I'm going to bring a massive tank of shit and I'm going to spray it all over you till you smell and look like the way you make us feel. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video.